taking on last year's national champion, the Pittsburgh Panthers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started.
Entering play call screen.
UConn will deliver the opening kickoff and we'll get this game going. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So the Pitt Panthers offense will go on the attack first. And when these two guys are in sync the way they were a week ago, just a nightmare. It's a performance they hope they can repeat this week, Jesse.
But I think a big key in that last game was they linked up a couple times early, had some big plays. And then after that, David, it didn't seem like the quarterback was looking anywhere else. They're going to try and establish that connection and that rhythm early in this one.
And defensively, where is the big fella? Like, I got to identify where he is every single snap and give him some extra attention. So if I route him at the line of scrimmage and be physical, have that safety help over the top, I'm not letting him be.
He had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. Looking to the big tight end. And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up. So now it's second and long.
Which corners is selected?
Might be changing the route. Wants to go up top. Got it in the middle, it's Hicks. And they pick up just a few on that completion. The Panthers want to move quickly. Looking to throw on third. Makes the grab. At the 45 on its way. Offense on the move. A big play there. Gets it to the 30. And the Panthers are moving quickly down the field.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire...
Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them. Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one.
Entering play call, we have 5 options.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get him. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Over 3-3-3 D-Dale Mud.
To the ground with the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's second and 11. The lone back's got it. Turning it on. And a little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
And after giving up a long run defensively, they don't have a chance to substitute now. They've got to get ready to go because the offense is going tempo.
Anderson wants to throw. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Huskies now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. To the air on second down. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the second down misfire. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. UConn will have to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark it down at the 38-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Quarterback stands alone. All wide wide receivers. Might be calling a hot route. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the tight end. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line. Really good job working through his progression, getting to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
The Panthers moving quickly to the line.
You have 15 options. Which corners is selected?
Looking to fire. Rushes on him. Going to try to get it himself. And he scoots his way to the first down and then slides to avoid the hit. Pittsburgh going to work with a fresh set of downs. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Looking to pass inside the red zone. He caught it! Into the end zone! Touchdown, Pittsburgh!
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The UConn offense goes back to work. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. Grabbed over the middle. It's Fareed. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. I don't think he was the primary receiver on that play, David, but a very productive pickup on first down.
And these tight ends are so good at...
Oh, he's got some space. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. And the Huskies come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Anderson will throw. Looking for a deep man. Hits him inside the 20, still going. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. From the red zone, looking for a space. And the shot to the middle of the field falls to the turf.
At this point, trailing by a lot, the defense is expecting you to throw it. If you're going to throw over the middle of the field, the window's going to open and close quickly. You got to have better timing to complete that throw. They just didn't have it there.
After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Part of the backfield, it's Gage. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Looking to throw again. He's got him. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
Really nice job by the defense there. You're trying to force the quarterback to throw the football in front of you and allow your guys to square up and make a tackle out in space. You got to force the ball carrier to do something special after the catch. Not able to do it there, so really nice tactic by the defense.
On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. Touchdown, UConn. All that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. So much about the passing game is about timing, execution, communication, and these two, that's a virtual textbook there.
And no doubt about it. And the receiver making plays for his quarterback, being dependable, running the route to the right depth consistently. Does a great job running this route. Great result because of it.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Quarterback making checks. First play of the drive, wants to throw. On target to the left. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast, they want to crank up the tempo.
To the air on first down. Bringing the heat. Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
BearrR 13 posts it.
Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Pittsburgh has the lead. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second.
Entering play call. Wing flex.
Negative play on first down. That's what a defense always wants.
Post. Post.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. He'll pull it down. They'll force him out of bounds after a solid pickup on the play.
Man, this defense has their hands full today because not only do they have to worry about the running backs and not only do they have to worry about the passing game, they've got to worry about this quarterback running the football because of plays like that. Not a huge explosive play, but he showed you the athleticism, and he showed you he has the ability to hurt you with his legs.
Caught over the middle. It's Thomas. They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41.
And it's on third downs like this, if you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end.
Breaks into the open. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. They're going to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Pittsburgh will come to the line with a first and goal. Wants to adjust the pattern. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Trying to bull his way in. Touchdown! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And they cap off the drive with a touchdown, throwing the football. In the last play, they got the explosive. They get right back to the line of scrimmage and dial up another one. Great work by the quarterback and his target being on the same page. These last 2 plays, throwing the football, man, it doesn't get any better than that.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. UConn going back to work on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop. Who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely over.
He's going to take off. They get him on the ground, didn't see anything downfield, but made a little something out of it. UConn quick to the line. DB's right up on the receivers. On third and short, they'll ride the running back here. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down. The Huskies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Anderson wants to throw. Looking to the big tight end. It's incomplete, and he's lucky to get that one back. Almost intercepted. Working well behind the sticks on second down. They'll move the tight end. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. They'll snap it from the 48 on third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Hit as he throws. Intercepted. Big play, stops the drive. Going the other way, and he's got room. Running inside the 20.
What an interception. He's dangerous because not only can he catch the ball and pluck it out of the air, but he's hard to bring down, too. This is a guy that I think can play offense for a lot of programs around the country, and he showed you his open field running there.
No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Making side adjustments here. Looking to throw on first down. Puts it out of the air. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Back to pass. He caught it. And he won't be able to get in as the defense gets him down at the 1. The offense knocking on the door. First and goal. Looking to throw. Touchdown, Panthers. Quick strike through the air for the score. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, that pivotal top 15 battle is in the books. Here's how things went down. Alabama endured a hostile crowd and the challenge that always comes with playing away from Bryant-Denny Stadium, and the Tide came away with the win. It wasn't a blowout, but it is a W. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the new top 25 poll next week as this one, gentlemen.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Strong run to get it out to the 21-yard line. They pick up a 6. UConn quick to the line. Wide receiver going in motion. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. Anderson will throw. Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29.
5 categories. You have 15 options. Cover 3 drop is selected.
Wants to throw on first down. On target over the middle. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43. They say success rate can be picking up about 4 or so on first down. First and 10. Gonna look downfield again. And an absolutely fearless tackle, giving up size, and still got him on the turf. And the Huskies can really attack on this second and short. Just a short pass to the tight end. Gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back.
Holding.
What a costly mistake and big call. They could have been right back in this thing, and now they'll have to try it again. They'll line up for a second down play. Wants to go up top. Pressure coming. Strong pass rush. Gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Punt is in the air. Holds it in and looking upfield. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David, it's sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
He's looking deep. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again.
Short cross.
The offense changing the play. Back to throw, time running short in the half. He'll take another shot here. Holds it in down the middle. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
Entering play call and there are 13 categories. You have 15 options. Pitch corners is selected. Coast.
Looking downfield on first down. Deep shot for the end zone. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
I'll tell you what, safeties in today's football now, it changes, right? You used to be big hitters that spin down all the time and have to play the run. Now with so much pass, so much spread, you better be able to cover. You better be able to have some speed. Great job sitting back in zone coverage, breaking on the football, and going and getting.
Trying to take it back. Gets it inside the 40, brought down at the 39, and they can't stop the clock. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
3 over 1, cover 4, drop field.
Big play to start this drive. Now they'll snap it from the 39. Anderson wants to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Second down, he'll throw it. Under fire. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They kick it away on fourth down. Fair catch is signaled and made, and they'll go to work from the 27-yard line. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half.
Short cross.
He might want another play. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Thanks, guys. What a scene there in Pittsburgh. What a fine performance we've seen. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player. And with that, let's send it back to the guys on the north side of Pittsburgh.
He'll put total leather and get this second half started. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The UConn offense goes back to work. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. It's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this.
There he goes. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33. And that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
They stop him cold. Maybe gets a yard to the 34. UConn quick to the line.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines. Get it.
Gashes the heart of the knee. He's got the sidelines going nuts as he gets it down to the 18-yard line. This UConn offense really has it going. They'll keep it on the ground. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Hit a little speed bump on this drive. It's 2nd and 12. From the gun, running back gets the give. Running behind those pads, he gets a couple before he stopped at the 18. Now facing a 3rd and long. Wide receiver comes in motion. Pulls it on the bootleg fake. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Now on 4th down, they'll settle for a field goal try. The holder will spot it about 35 yards out. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights.
Entering play call.
That cuts the lead down to 28-10.
Return left to select.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field.
Audible. Short cross.
Quarterback making adjustments.
Hot routes. Hot routes.
He'll start this drive firing. Catch in the middle. It's Robinson. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down.
To be honest, I think the quarterback was a little bit surprised himself with the play call that came in that time. You've got a 3-possession lead here in the third quarter of this game. You're probably expecting some short throws, some runs. And this play caller is still asking for shot plays. And listen, you're the quarterback. You're happy to oblige. When you've got the playmakers you have offensively, just keep chucking.
And the Panthers with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He gets the job done, picking up the 1st down, then getting down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Well, I think you're starting to see some examples of why this guy is inexperienced in a freshman quarterback, right? Obviously, he's thrown a couple picks earlier in the game. That scramble right there, he's got to get down. He's got to take care of himself and slide. Great job, nice athleticism, good decision to take off scrambling and help his offense, but you really are seeing his inexperience shine through here in this game.
What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line.
Entering
The
play call,
Panthers headed
empty
quickly to the
There are
line.
13 categories. You have 15 options. Slug go.
They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Big fella moving. Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one.
You have 15 Slug go.
Wants to throw it. Wide out trying to get it in. Touchdown, Panthers!
Entering play call.
And the pummeling has started.
Categories. You have 15
This guy's an
options.
excellent route runner, and he has really good hands. You've got to. That's now his 3rd receiving touchdown. They've only played 3 games. Nobody can cover this guy up to this point in the season.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground.
Categories. You have 15
Man down on
options.
the play as the
Cover
officials
3
take a
matches
break to let
selected.
him be checked out. UConn going back to work on offense. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Categories. You
Got
have
stuffed
15
on
options.
1st down. It's
Cover
2nd
three
and
matches
10.
selected. Audible.
Anderson will throw. With the catch, it's Gage. Knocked down at the 26
Entering
after
play
ripping
call.
off 10
There
there.
are 2 categories. You
Now
have
on 1st
15
and 10 from the
options.
26.
Cover 3 matches selected.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. Catch in the middle, it's Porter. That one could really put this
Entering
drive
play
into
call.
high gear as they have a
Cover
1st down
5.
at the
Pick
37.
Over 3. Over.
That's a
Double
huge throw for the
double
offense, but
bracket.
they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Right back to it. Finds a little space. A big play. Gets it into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 44.
You have 36
The Huskies
options.
kept this
Overstorm
drive moving
Ravens
on the
selected.
ground. Now back to work.
Give cushion.
Handoff to the lone back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line? Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Entering play call over.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Almost had the completion, just missed. UConn will have to punt it away. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. Opening play of this drive comes from the 11.
Short cross.
Quarterback may change this route. To the air on 1st down. Trying to make magic with his feet. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. Hit right back to the line.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down. And the Panthers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
There are 8 categories. You have 12 options. Punt is selected.
And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. One more quarter to go, and it looks as if we are ready to play.
Entering play call. Formation. Gun. String flood. Hit. String flood.
They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Big tight end makes the grab. 1st down, still on his feet. And this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one.
Well, offensively, they knew they were going to have some matchups they could take advantage of in this one. And all of a sudden, this quarterback has now over 300 yards passing.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. The Panthers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. He wants to change this route. Second down, they'll go to the air. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. He's got it. It's a seam wide open. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
2 teams inside the Big 12 squaring off today, and it's now a final. Here's a quick recap. BYU was all gas and no brakes in one of the more convincing wins we'll see this week. The type of performance Robbie Bosco and company delivered in their national championship season of 1984. Big 12 football at its finest, gentlemen. Just when you think you have things figured out, a game like this happens.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update.
And
that tackle almost certainly saved the touchdown after he ripped off a huge gain. This offense capable of exploding at any moment. Now they're set up inside the 30 with a 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Give pushing.
Unloads quickly. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game. But trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Wide open downfield. And he
Entering
strides
play
his way
call,
into the
coach
end zone.
suggestions, there are 6
Touchdown,
categories.
Huskies. The result of this game is going to sting for sure, but you've got to continue
Entering
to
play
build,
call,
you've got to
you have 7
improve, and you can
options.
take some
5
positives
forward,
out of this
return
late
left
hustle
selected.
and build for next week.
There's always positives, and coaches are always looking for those things that we did well. What did we do well so we can do more of it in the future? Finding some things here late that they did well.
Curl flex.
The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions.
And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
There are 3.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Here comes the offense onto the field again. Anderson wants to throw. Makes the catch. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
Entering play call.
Well, here's the problem offensively, because you're trailing by so much so late in the game. The defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
5 categories. You have
UConn is now threatening in the red zone.
Audible.
Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Gage. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Firing to the right, complete. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. And the Huskies are moving quickly down the field. Secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. A 1st down run in the red zone. And he'll step into the end zone.
Entering play
Touchdown,
call,
Huskies.
coach suggestions. There are 6
The AT unit on the
categories.
field. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Entering play call.
It's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Well, they try to go onside kick, but better job by the hands team falling on the football.
The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah.
Brings it in down the left side. Touchdown! And the route is on. That lead's a little more comfortable now as they close in on a victory here in week 3.
Salt interwound, right? Late in the 4th quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and get me another touchdown.
On the run from inside his own 5. And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. The UConn offense goes back to work.
Cover 3. Cover 1. Tampa 2 nickel blitz. Middle 3rd. Give cushion.
They'll move the wide receiver. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And he'll pick up 1. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Ball, 3.
Got a little work done on 1st down. Now back to the line. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. They're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Cover 2 man is selected.
The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
How about that? The dying breed of the tackling cornerback. You don't see those anymore. Everybody wants to be great in coverage. Everybody wants to get picks. But how many corners really want to get their face in the fan and make tackles? Nice job by that guy.
UConn will have to punt it away. This is a spot you see many returners try to take a chance, but not this time. Fair catch just inside the 40. They'll put the ball in play from just inside their own 40 at the 39. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Wants to throw on first down. Under pressure and down he goes at the 33. Then pushing the base.
Categories. You have 50. Post. Audible.
Back to pass on second down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Thomas. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Short cross. Post.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. And the ball's out there after it. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. And they'll get him down after a solid return.
And the offense goes 5 wides and spreads the field. The problem is that spreads you thin, and you only got 5 guys in protection, and they don't do a good enough job up front. The defense gets home, forces the fumble. Big play for this defense.
Anderson will throw. Gets rid of it. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion. Ball will they dial up on second, and a long way to go.
Give cushion.
Back to pass. Quickly complete. And he'll step across the sideline after making a good gain on that one. It'll be third and long. They'll go to the air. Going to try to pop one on the screen. He is stopped well short of the first down marker at the 15, and let's see what they do on fourth. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down.
Vertical hook L.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on down. A bold decision to go for it on fourth down, and one that did not pay off. All wideouts, no backs. Looking downfield on first down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Behind the chains now on second and long. Might be changing the route. Right back to the air on second and 10. This time he's got it.
And his offense continuing to spin the football, man, continuing to add to a great day. They built this big lead. They showed you a variety that they can do a lot of really, really good things. And I like it, man. Continue to throw the football. Continue to be who you are. It's
pulls it in down the sideline. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. They get the timeout called. 11 seconds remaining to play.
Sluggo.
Looking to throw on first down. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down.
Zig.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. And he will step out of bounds, but what a play to get the ball back for his offense. After this, it'll be a wrap. Anderson wants to throw. He wants a big play here late. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. Well, these guys have gotten off to a great start, getting out of the gate 3-0. Jesse, do we have a contender on our hands?
I know it's early, Reese, but this looks like a team right now that could be in that college football playoff discussion come year's end. They've got the playmakers. They've got an outstanding coaching staff. They've overcome some tests early, David. I know it's a long season, but they at least look like they're for real.
They definitely look the part. They look like they're for real. But you know what happens throughout a season. You lose momentum and injury happens. So they're definitely one of those teams we're going to continue to talk about. But it's still early. It's week 3.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese.